Hey, welcome back to Average Mike. This is part 2 of the garage organization project. This is where we're gonna build. We're gonna show you how to build. It comes in the kit, the same with the workbench you just seen. So pretty simple. I'm gonna extend this even further in a couple other videos later on. But thanks for hanging in there, and I'll see you on the other side. Hey, welcome to Average Mike. So, last video you see me do the workbench. This video, you're gonna see me do the shelves. So, basically took 8 footers, cut it down to 5 foot. I have about 5.5 foot of space where I'm gonna put it in the bubble locker. I'll show you where that's at. Like I said in the last video, we had those pre-made kind of shelf kits. Same thing happened with came with the workbench kit. I'm going to put a pegboard back here instead of doing the shelving, so no reason to have 16-inch shelves over top of that because it'll take up all the pegboard space. So I'm making my pegboard, which is a 4x4 over here. I'm going to put it over here instead to give me more access. Plus, there'll be tools right up over top of the workbench. All right, really simple. These kits. So basically, like I said, I have 4 5x5 footers. So 2x4 slides into the holes like that, and then you're supposed to take it and screw it. I'll bring you guys over so it's closer. All right, don't mind the mess. That's still from the workbench shelving I had here where the workbench was. That's going to go up where I'll build next, where the shelves above the lockers. So, like I said, this is pretty simple. You pop these things in here, and you put a screw in, and it sits. So what I'm going to do though, because I built it to be 5 inches, I'm going to basically take these guys. I'm going to slide that on like that. I'm going to slide this one on like this. This is backwards. Everything goes so you can put shelves on it, right? So boom, and then this you flip it around like that so that the flat part's on top. So you go like this and you leave that on top like that. Go in. I swear they're made for 2x4s. Oh, there we go. All right, so I figured out that I need at least a 30-inch. I need at least a 30-inch shelf on the bottom. So we're gonna do a 30-inch shelf. We're gonna mark that 30-inch shelf right here. I'm gonna feed the other one through like this. Easy, look at that. All right, so just make these plumb on the bottom, make it hard against the outside. And what we do is take the screw package that they gave us. Our screw gun, who knows where we put that, right underneath the camera. There we go. And nice and easy, take this guy, just put it right here. Boom. Boom. So now, this is only one leg, right? So when this thing stands up, you see the shelves, you'll see it. So again, we want to measure our 30-inch depth from the bottom of the foot to there. 30-inch depth right here. Good to go. 30-inch depth. This gives us our first shelf will be 30 inches tall, right? So the width from the shelf to the bottom of the other shelf will be 30 inches. We're going to take this guy, we're going to slide this in to the 30-inch mark, right? So, and since we measure both, it should be fairly simple to go ahead and turn that up. Boom, boom, boom. Take the screw. second shelf, I don't want it to be all the way at the top because it's only given about 16 inches for the top shelf. So the second shelf, I want it to be two foot, which would be here, and then 2 foot to here. Boom. Same thing, you put the marker, bring this guy down to 2 foot. Right. Get the screws. Boom. Bam. Alright, so now what you have is this. Yep. So now all you have is that guy, right? So that, whoa! All right, so now you have, welcome down to the mic. We're continuing to build the shelves. This is gonna go over top of the lockers. This is what you just see me do, right? I put the screws in here, screws down here, measured the shelf height I want it, right? So the kit came with six of these, right? And just like that one, I'm gonna slide one piece. That's one solid 2x4 on both sides. I cut it to 5 foot. Got a little extra on the top. I'm gonna actually cut that off. And then what we're gonna do, because I didn't want the shelf, the height we have is a little less than 6 feet. So you don't need obviously you don't need anything on top. So when you put this on top, you leave it flat. You can just lay the one piece of plywood right across it and just screw it down. There's pre-drilled holes in here to screw it in. So I don't want that to disrupt it, and that's what that's gonna do. So I'm gonna cut them right off. But I thought I was gonna go all the way up, but it's only gonna give me about 6 inches or 8 inches of space, 8 to 10 inches of space on that shelf, and that's not a very usable shelf. So I went 30, I went 24, and that gets me 4.5 feet. So it's gonna be, next shelf's gonna be around 20 inches, which is a little bit more of a usable shelf than 8 inches. So we're gonna repeat the same thing. So we did 30 to the top shelf, and then 24 to the next shelf, and then that way I could fit the things that I have in there now up there, plus the things I took down from this wall to put over there, so we can organize a little bit better. All right. So I'm gonna repeat that, and then we'll get back to you, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right. So we're gonna continue right now. I'm gonna dry fit this thing because it's a custom length. So I need to figure out. You see that there's the the hardware for the garage door opener. These are the lockers I built. I still hadn't put trim on those. The kids started using them right away, so you can kind of see those. I built those a couple years back. Put trim around it, make it look nice, or just leave it the way it is. But right now, so the back of this here is like an outside pantry. We keep all of our canned goods, tomatoes, tomato sauce, and things like that in there. Stuff that can be stored outside with no weather stuff. What I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna tie in another shelf here to here on the back side. I'm gonna put a cleat in on the back side of this shelf here, this pantry, so that we can have an additional kind of shelf there. So why not, right? Try to get as much storage up and off the floors as possible, so we can get a car in here, fit nicely with the rest of the storage we have built already. So we'll do the custom measurement now. See what size we can fit across. The garage is still in absolute shambles because I took those 3 shelves down on that side to build the workbench, and building these shelves to put some of that stuff. I'm also, don't tell the wife, throwing out a bunch of other stuff that she doesn't know about. So, because we haven't touched it, it's been dusty, it's grown cobwebs for years, so that's gone. And then I'm gonna put one of the top shelf back, because that's where I kept all my coolers, and that was actually a pretty nice little spot for the cooler. So I'm gonna do that, put that one back, and then we're gonna put the pegboard back over there. But now we're gonna measure this. Have a little bit of overhang. I'm gonna do a little bit of overhang come off because these guys are 16. This here down on the bottom is 24. I'm not sure I'm gonna do an 8-inch overhang because I think the lip will be too weak. Maybe I'll do like a 6-inch or 5-inch overhang because this will be sturdy enough to hold that. So, like I said, it'll be a 20-inch shelf or something like that, which is good enough just to keep whatever we were storing, on this side. I think The bottom had boots and old car seats and a couple of racks like this over here, like the wine racks and the brew and the bottles. So, all right. So 48 inches. I'm going to cut 2 at 48 inches by 20. Let's see. Voila. So these ones are already cut from the shelves I took down. So why not reuse and restack, right? Here we go. So they're 24 inches wide. Like I said, I don't know if I want to do that because it might be too weak. I might rip down 4 inches off this thing. I just don't think that 8 inches overhang is going to be strong enough to support. Unless I put a strut across it, I don't want to do that. So let me just, you know what? What we'll do is we'll make a 24 to make it easier. And then I'll put a cleat on the back wall so that it just hangs off the cleat. Why not? So then at least you're supported by 3 sides. The front may sag a little bit, and then later on maybe I'll put a strut in the middle, just to keep that from sagging. It didn't sag over here, and that was kind of how it was built, so might be the best way to do it. All right, let's take this. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Like I said, it might be a little too far. Not sure I'm happy with it. Put a cleat across, maybe. Yeah, let's rip it down. We're gonna take out 4 inches of it from the back after I cut it. All right, so I cut off the 4 inches. All right, so I cut the 4 inches off. I feel a lot more comfortable about this. And it also helps me when I reach the top shelf, which will be done for some of that stuff that we hold on forever and never use. Like my old baseball equipment, right? So I don't play anymore, but for some reason I hold on to it. So I got this whole thing built. I got this mini shelf in here for all my growlers, for all my brew stuff. I'm gonna have a couple continuations, but I had to run the compressor line, the hard compressor line, before I put a final shelf up in there. Thanks for watching Average Mike. Like and subscribe. Click the little bell for notifications. Check out the descriptions. I have all the links, all the shelves, all the shelving, and some of the tools that I used to get this all built. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you next time.